Welcome back to another episode of Cup of Joe Crypto, where I bring you guys the latest news in Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies. Guys, it's a lot of price actions been happening since I last did a video, which was, I believe, about 4 or 5 days ago. I told you back then the critical levels to watch were the 10.2 mark, 10.2K mark, and then the 9.6 6 mark would tell us a lot. If we broke that, well, did we ever break that and hit the downward spiral? Sitting today right around 9,000, but later in the video, it brings me to the old saying: "Does buy the dump and sell the hump?" Does that really make sense still today? And across a couple new articles as well. So let's get right into it. And first, before I jump right into it, I want to apologize for the audio in the last video. I was working on my mic a little bit, and when I started the video, it sounded a little bit fuzzy. So hopefully today we get that all worked out. First up for business is Coinbase, another step closer to opening in Japan. Guys, this could be huge, as we know the population in Japan is huge, and anytime we can get Coinbase, who now has a Visa card that you can load your cryptocurrency and use to buy and sell anything. We all know where Visa is accepted, and that is pretty much anywhere. So Coinbase continues to make leaps and bounds in the crypto space and is leading the way with trying to make crypto to pay with it as easy as possible. So American exchange giant Coinbase has become a second-tier member of the Japan Virtual Currency Exchange Association, the only officially recognized self-regulatory body of Japanese cryptocurrency exchanges. The JVCEA's first tier comprises exchanges that have been granted an official operating permit from the country's financial regulator, the Financial Services Agency, which has policed exchanges in the countries since September 2017. Actually, I had policed right. The second tier has been unofficially reserved for companies who are not in an advanced stage of gaining FSA approval but wish to get in line with compliance issues prior to the launch. The JVCEA audits its members and requires them to adhere to guidelines such as a current times 4x4 cap on leveraged trading. And I have my opinions on leverage trading. If you know what you're doing, it can be hugely beneficial. If you guys do not know what you're doing, please stay away from leverage trading. We've had enough YouTube influencers make a ton of money for you signing up to under their domains and making money every time you lose. So please, guys, they don't have your best interest at heart. Stay away if you don't know what you're doing. It's a great way to lose your money if you're interested in losing your crypto, but a lot of us who've worked hard to accumulate would prefer not. So this move is another indication that Coinbase feels it could be on the verge of winning FSA approval and comes hot on the wheels of a number of Tokyo-based job posting from Coinbase Japan in January. The company first signaled its intentions to move into the Japanese market back in 2018 when it first set up an office in the country, but the FSA is believed to be dealing with a very large backlog of applications and an increase its scrutiny of would-be members after the CoinCheck hack of 2018. If successful, Coinbase would be the first non-Asian exchange to open a licensed trading platform in Japan. So this would be interesting to see if it's able to get approved, and if so, could be a huge step in what has been many steps in the crypto currency world. So let's take a look at the markets. Today we are sitting at a $255 billion market cap. BTC dominance sitting at 63.7%. Bitcoin's currently sitting at 89.15 with Ethereum at a $213 Ethereum XRP at 5.15. Bitcoin Cash as a 9.16. We'll go down and look at some of the other ones. Bitcoin SV at a 12% gain. Tether, of course, at 99 cents. Litecoin, 6% gain, sitting at $61. So as you can see, with Bitcoin's green day comes a lot of green. Ethereum Classic with a nice 10% gain. Cosmos with a 10% gain, and NEM with a 12% gain. We'll go down to the top 50, see who's having some great days. Bitcoin Gold and Misco, 7.27%. So as we've all come to learn, guys, when Bitcoin's green, a lot of days the altcoins will follow. Bitcoin SV. Bitcoin SV is a tough one. Whether you love it or hate it, Craig Wright, whether you believe he's Satoshi or not, I tell you what, Bitcoin SV's price is either always swinging upwards or swinging downwards. That's a roller coaster ride on that one. If you're a gambler, good lord, that'd probably be the one for you. Not that I'm a financial advisor or anything I say is financial advice. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, and consult with a lawyer or a agent to invest in crypto, guys. I'm just here to bring you the news. Nothing I say is financial advice. So here's something I thought had really cool potential. Sad to see that it did not end up happening. But West Virginia abandons the blockchain voting in favor of paper. Guys, we've all known the issues that have come with paper voting. To see voting become on a blockchain would be huge. It has so many benefits. It would be amazing to do so. On February 27th, West Virginia decided against using blockchain based platform votes for residents with disabilities and citizens residing abroad to cast their votes in the state's upcoming primary election. Instead, citizens will vote using a platform offered by Democracy Live. The platform allows voters to either fill out a ballot or print and post it. Democracy Live and Votes share entrepreneur Bradley Tusk as an investor. Democracy Live is already in use for disabled voters in the state of Washington and select counties in California and Ohio. MIT audit reveals security concerns regarding votes. West Virginia's decision to ditch votes comes following a recent security audit conducted by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology that was published on February 13th. The report found that votes has vulnerabilities that allow different kinds of adversaries to alter, stop, or expose a user's vote. While West Virginia has used votes during its 2018 midterm elections, no malicious actors were found to have exploited its vulnerabilities. MIT's findings were shared with the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency prior to publication. They were then forwarded to the state and local electoral officials who had planned to pilot or use votes during the 2020 election cycle. If the public doesn't want it or is skeptical to the point they're not confident in the results, we have to take that into consideration, Donald Kersey, General Counsel to West Virginia Secretary of State Mac Warner, stated. Voting app wreaks havoc in Iowa. I'm sure some of you guys have heard some of the about the Iowa caucus, all that good stuff. Results from the February 3rd Democratic Iowa caucus were delayed by multiple days following a disaster experimentation with a smartphone voting platform developed by a tech company, Shadow Inc. The company was commissioned less than 2 months away from the election, and the platform was not thoroughly tested, and volunteers and electoral officials had not been properly trained on how to use it. Many people faced errors when attempting to cast votes on the platform, and data did not transmit effectively. The chaos resulted in support lines being overwhelmed, and the party resorted to relying on paper results to determine the election's outcomes. So here's another reason or another example of how blockchain could be so beneficial, guys. As if we needed more and more and more reasons why blockchain technology is amazing. Clearly, the old paper voting system does not work. Guys, we all know the history of the election. Previously, last year's election, the Russian hacks, the Iowa caucus. Just those two examples in recent memories are enough to explain how beneficial blockchain technology could be. It should be tested. It should be dove into before it's made public. Again, guys, when you develop an app 2 months before it's supposed to go live, um, the tendency for things to go wrong are astronomical. Take the time, build these apps right, do the right thing, and put the time into it. And I think the benefits could be huge if blockchain's brought into the voting. Bitcoin momentum investing, as I talked about early, does the buy the dump, sell the pump truly work, guys? Data shows that buying the worst performing cryptos on a daily basis can provide a better risk adjusted performance than just buying the best performing cryptocurrency. This week, as equity markets plummeted across the globe, Bitcoin price also faced a sharp correction. Over the past week, Bitcoin price dropped 1,500 and currently trades at 84.54, a new 4-week low. As you guys know, this is not up to date. It's at 8.9K now. Since the start of the year, Bitcoin and most major altcoins showed an impressive gain in price, leading analysts to suggest the bull run was brewing for 2020, an idea now being challenged by the current pullback. As as has been the norm, on one side there are bullish enthusiasts aiming for sky-high valuations, and on the other there are more conservative analysts raising questions about the viability of crypto. The large swings and explosive behavior of the crypto market is what makes them an attractive investment option when compared to other assets. But the indecisiveness of the current market is also forcing investors to expand their strategy and adjust them frequently. So, one strategy based on this underlying rationale is momentum investing. As a refresher, a momentum strategy consists of analyzing daily returns for an asset, cryptocurrency, stocks, indexes, etc., and then allocating the worst and the best performers into baskets. The strategy is found to be lucrative in traditional markets where investors buy the best performing baskets and sell short the worst performing baskets, or to put simply, they are bullish on the past winners and pessimistic regarding the past losers. As a variation from an original strategy, an individual asset can be chosen as the best slash worst performing asset that day instead of investing in baskets. Following this method, an investor would retrieve daily data for the best and worst performing asset, hold it for one day, then sell for a profit on the following day. So, momentum strategy for the top 50 crypto. And I thought you guys would think this is actually really beneficial and could be a huge information tool for those traders out there. As previously reported by Cointelegraph, research on cryptocurrency price action found that applying a momentum strategy to the top 20 currencies in the market was profitable if an investor bought the best performing cryptocurrency instead of the worst performing currency each day. And by expanding the sample to the top 50 currencies in the market, investors can explore even larger swings from lower market cap coins that can offer investors a higher return but also expose one to a higher risk level. And after identifying the daily winners and losers from the top 50, we assume that an investor holds each crypto for one day, buys its closing price that day, and sells it the following day at the closing price. Surprisingly, investors employing this strategy daily from January 1st of 2019 to February 23rd of 2020 would generate a profit instead by buying the worst performing currency. This is the opposite to traditional markets. An investor would have achieved a cumulative return of 367% by buying the worst performing cryptocurrencies throughout this period. And however, when accounting for a transaction cost of 0.1%, in order to reflect a real investment scenario, the cumulative returns of this strategy are reduced to 284%. Wow, how terrible. My goodness. On the other side of the strategy, an investor who buys the best performing cryptocurrencies and sells the following day gets a high negative return for this period. The opposite result is what is found in stocks. So I'll keep it to there, guys. But I thought that was a really interesting story. That again, crypto. So many people want to tie stocks, cryptos into stocks, and to be honest, there is a lot um, of behaviors that are similar in trades when the stock market goes down. Crypto goes down, but That's to show you that a trading method could be very different with cryptos as it is in the stock market. Another reason I came on to get today, guys, is to talk about price. I have a price in my head, looking at the head and shoulders method, so to speak. 6.5K is a level that would scare me right now. $9,000 is not having me worried at all. Um, I'm a hodler, so I don't trade. I don't know enough about it to trade. It's something that I'm looking into, that I'm watching different people do, and reading different books. Guys, read, 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 read. Fill your knowledge with Bitcoin and blockchain technology. Um, it's going to change the world. I really believe it's only a matter of time before both change the world. But I am not concerned with where the price is. I believe it's going to continue to have its ups and its downs, and ultimately, I think the halvening will bring a lot of excitement. I truly believe by the end of this calendar year in January, we will have braked our all-time record high of 20K. If we do not break our all-time record this year, I would be concerned. I believe it's only a matter of time before we break that 20K. And I believe that happens this year, or we get extremely close to it towards the end of the year. Guys, I know many of you are an older demographic and have many children out there who love to watch video games. I want you to know my son has his own YouTube channel. It's called Gold Crown Games. He's very early on in it. I would love for you guys to give him a like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me as well as him. And have your children interact with him during it. If they love Minecraft, go to it. Gold Crown Games. Hit the like, smash the subscribe, and please do so for my channel, guys. I'm trying to grow. Hitting a subscribe, hitting a like, it goes so far. I don't do this to be paid like some of these big YouTubers do it. I do it because I love Bitcoin. I love blockchain, and I love everything that comes with it. I just simply want to educate the market. I've worked in the crypto YouTuber space. I know how slimy it is. I know how grimy it can be. That's not what I'm doing. I'm here to educate, and I'm here to bring you the news on one video. Do me a favor, give that like, give that subscribe to somebody who comes in every day to do it for the love and not for the money. Until next time, guys, see ya.